What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica from The In-Between, and if you're new here, this channel is all about making money online and making sure your time isn't being wasted looking into the wrong opportunities. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, if you're watching this, then you've probably seen something about the Zero DTE Academy floating around online, maybe a YouTube ad or a Facebook post promising big wins and small losses with this options trading strategy. It's run by a guy named Coach Ernie, and apparently it's all about trading 0 days to expiration options, which means trades that start and end on the same day. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down, what the course actually teaches, what kind of results people are getting or not getting, and whether or not this strategy is even worth your time and money in 2025. And as always, guys, I'll also share with you what I'm doing now that finally worked for me after years of trying all kinds of stuff that didn't work, which you can also check out in the link below. And just a quick disclaimer before we dive in, I'm not affiliated with Ernie or his trading course in any way. This is all just my honest take based on my own research, reviews online, and what I found inside the program. With that being said, let's dive right in. All right, guys, so Zero DTE Academy is a training program led by Ernie Varitimos, who claims that he's coached tons of traders over the years and has even managed different hedge fund portfolios in the 9-figure range. And the whole course is built around trading something called Zero DTE options, basically options contracts that expire the same day. Ernie teaches a strategy using out-of-the-money butterfly spreads and other advanced setups to try and predict short-term market moves, especially on the S&P. So it's supposed to be this fancy, high-level approach that gives you big wins every now and again while keeping losses small. But the thing is, he doesn't actually give you trade alerts or spoon feed you anything. It is a self-taught kind of a deal where you learn the strategy and then you're basically on your own to go trade it. Inside the course, you'll find a foundations section, a classroom with different modules on strategies, and a community forum where you can ask questions. Ernie also does live calls twice a week to answer any questions you may have and go over trades, which is honestly one of the best parts of the course. The training itself dives really deep into things like volume profile analysis, how to structure butterfly spreads, how to read market sentiment, and how to pick strike prices based on volatility. He also goes straight into risk management, morning routines, and when to sit out trades. But just a heads up, like I said before, guys, the course is not very beginner friendly. He pretty much skips over all of the basics of options and jumps straight into more advanced concepts. So if you don't already know what a butterfly spread is or how to read a volume profile chart, then you're probably going to be overwhelmed really fast. And even though there is a foundations section, it's really not as beginner level as the name makes it sound. You kind of have to go on the hunt for all of the basic explanations in other parts of the site, which can be a little annoying. Now, when it comes to Ernie's online rep, the course runs on School with about 274 members, and his YouTube channel has about 19,000 subscribers. He posts a lot of live streams and market commentary, and his website lists some student testimonials, but that's pretty much where the trail ends. However, if you go digging online, places like Reddit, Quora, or even any legal records, then you'll find a lawsuit from a few years back where a client lost over $1 million while working with Ernie, and the case was later closed with no real resolution. There's also talk about aggressive upsells, people saying that once you're in, you get pitched $10,000 memberships. One guy said he practiced the strategy for months, never got it to work, and walked away when they tried to sell him an even higher package. And with no verified results, no trading history, and a legal mess involved, it's pretty hard to take any of what he says at face value. Now, moving on to the price, it comes in at about $35 a month, and you do get access to a lot of content for that price, which means video lessons, weekly coaching calls, community access, and a lot more. But here's the thing, guys, even though $35 isn't much up front, you're still paying for something that might take months or longer to fully understand and implement. And if you don't already have experience with options trading, you could end up spending way more time and money than you actually expected just to get the hang of it. That being said, I want to talk a little bit more about why the business model kind of sucks for most people. First of all, trading zero DTE options is basically gambling with a strategy. That means you're placing trades that have a super short time frame and depend on being almost exactly right about market direction and timing, which is a very tall order even for professional traders. The strategy Ernie teaches is all about taking small losses and waiting for big wins to wipe out all of those losses and give you a little profit. But emotionally, it's brutal. Most of the time you're losing, and you have to be okay with losing trade after trade and then hope that one day a big win will hit. And let's not forget that there's no real support system in place. That means you're not getting alerts, you're not getting any real-time feedback unless you post in the forums or wait for a weekly call. You have to do all of the work yourself, monitor trades, make adjustments, manage risk, and just hope it all works out. On top of all of that, guys, there's still no verified proof that Ernie himself is even making money with this strategy. No results, no verified account statements, just a lot of talk about how it's supposed to work. And honestly, guys, it's simply not enough for me to recommend this to anyone looking for a reliable way to make money online. But if you're tired of chasing complicated strategies like this and actually want something that's more stable, more predictable, more scalable, and way less risky, then I really think you should look into what I do instead, called the digital rental method. This is where you build simple lead gen websites, rank them to the top of Google, and then rent them out to local business owners for a monthly finder's fee. Think of it like making a tree service website in Albuquerque, New Mexico, for example, getting it to rank, and then charging a local tree service company to take all of the leads that come through. No crazy trades, no losing 50% of the time, just steady recurring income. For example, I built this site in Colorado Springs for fencing repair, and it's been making me money every single month for years to this day. I've barely had to touch the site, and one of the best parts about the model is that you're not relying on market volatility, risky trades, or guessing the direction of the S&P. You're simply building digital assets that work for you 24/7 around the clock. And with 30 million small businesses out there in the US that need leads, there's definitely no shortage of opportunity to scale. All right, guys, that's it for my review of the Zero DTE Academy by Ernie Varitimos. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more honest reviews like this. And if you want to learn more about how the digital rental method works and how I've been able to build a full-time income online with way less stress, then go ahead and click the link in the description below for a free training that walks you through the whole model in complete detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.